Welcome to the 702 Gaming Podcast, episode number 23.
Crazy.
We got Jason and Michael. Michael's back.
Great to be
How
back.
you guys doing?
Yeah. Got him.
Pretty good, man. I'm happy I'm back.
We got
After the
him.
last one, I was nervous, but I'm back.
Oh, don't be nervous. You're the highlight of the show, man.
Exactly. This dude's a natural. Talking about being nervous.
I know.
Get out of here.
Are you working on a podcast currently? Like more
I am.
podcasts of yours, the Michael Lewis channel on YouTube?
I am, yeah. It's releasing again on Wednesday, and then usually on Mondays
Oh,
I
right
just
on.
release like gameplay that I have on Twitch. But
Yeah, I like it. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's smart.
Yeah.
They're edited real good and they're funny.
yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Nice. Nice.
Now, are you just on YouTube or are you audio only on like Spotify?
Yes,
and
just
stuff
on
like
YouTube
that?
for now. Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm really new to this podcast thing. So it's
Yeah.
like, I'm really new to it. So for
Yeah.
now, it's just YouTube, and then later on, once we get like Nick Cannon or somebody in here, I'll do iTunes and Spotify.
I think he's in the next episode, right, Jason?
Yeah, if you want, I can reach out to him.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
I mean, just you let me know though. Now, put in a
Right.
good word for you. You know.
Sounds great.
Actually, yeah, I think watching your pods that you did, I think because Twitch has trained you, right?
Yeah.
So you're a natural at it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because when you're doing Twitch, it's so fast. It's just like bam, 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 and then I had to kind of teach myself. YouTube is like you get to edit things out, so it's like you can take it a little bit more slower versus Twitch where everything is live. Once it's said, it's said.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but YouTube
That's
is like
true.
I'm learning to kind of like calm and
Yeah.
learning.
We're
doing good.
From
And
a
you're
production
also-
background. It's more production with YouTube,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
More work.
I mean, it doesn't have to be,
For sure.
but you should. So
right.
Yeah. You're also on TikTok, Michael Lewis. It's just Michael
Yes.
Lewis?
The Michael Lewis, yes. I do a lot of TikToks with this guy, Baby Yoda, and then Yoda's on my Twitch, so I kind of switch it up. 'Cause
Yeah.
he usually doesn't talk, so I have him on TikTok.
Mhm.
But Yoda
Yeah.
talks, so that's why I
He
have him
does
on
good on
Twitch.
TikTok.
Yeah,
But,
we're almost at, I think 5,000 over there.
oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man. Yeah, we need some of that magic. Right?
Yeah.
No, I just want to keep doing this actually. Ooh.
Well,
Palpatine
actually, I've started putting a couple small clips on YouTube Shorts
Mhm.
and
Nice.
on TikTok myself. So just kind of spreading my wings out a little bit, trying to bring people to the channel. Yeah, it's kind of
For sure.
hard to figure out when I do a game clip from Xbox. I have to then upload it, add the music or whatever I want to add to it, and then put it on there. So I'm trying to figure all that out. But I have some more clips lined
Right.
up.
Nice.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, for sure, check out his shorts because they're hilarious. I think there was one that you were in a chopper gunner from Halo. It's just
Yeah.
like, just like boosted you out, man. That thing. had me
Yeah.
dying.
Oh, yeah. You saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just jumped on
sure.
the top.
Yeah.
Right on.
Exactly.
All right, so today what I want to talk about is co-op games, kind of Left 4 Dead style co-op, where Left 4 Dead really started the whole trend of that like genre. There is co-op games, there's that, but Left 4 Dead has its style, and there is so many of that style now since they've came out. So Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, but then there's things like Vermintide,
Mhm.
which is like a melee version, Aliens Fireteam that came out recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's think. There's Rainbow Six Extraction just released.
Mhm.
That's a similar. Got a little twist on it. Anacrusis just came out as well. It's kind of a game preview, but that's a similar take on it. Is there a version or Back for Blood, which is the spiritual successor for Left 4 Dead? Is there one of those games that you guys prefer or hate?
I remember getting out of school and playing the demo because the game didn't come out yet. Playing the demo of Left 4 Dead again and again and
Yeah.
again. And I think they only gave us one little map,
Yep.
but it was
Yeah.
so much fun because there was no games out there like that.
Mm.
Eventually, they come out with games like Evolve, which it was a 4-player co-op. You go out there and you hunt down the big monster, which that was really fun too. But
Okay.
nothing like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, it was fun. I thought you were going to say something bad about it.
No.
He actually, while he was talking, he texted me. And
I saw
told
him ball
me-
up his fist. I'm like, okay,
right. Like he kept seeing me like do this number, right? And then I'm like, oh, right.
calm down, let him finish.
Yeah, I'm with you on that Left 4 Dead. When that demo dropped, it's like, what is
Oh,
this? All right,
Yeah.
let me see what this is. And I'm a big horror movie guy, so I'm like, oh man, this is something that we didn't know we wanted, and they
mhm,
gave it to us, which rarely happens. Um, I kind of feel like everything's been chasing Left 4 Dead ever since.
right,
Yeah. Even Back for Blood.
100%.
right. And
Yeah.
it's not like anybody could just create like a random zombie game, like say World War Z and stuff like that. But these guys had
World War
special
Z.
zombies in there, like
Yeah.
the
Right.
tank and
Yeah.
like the boomer, and like I remember the first time I met the little girl, like the witch.
Uh-huh.
She was crying, and me being the leader that I am, I went first. And my friends were like, "Hey, dude, just be careful. This is a zombie game." I was like, "No, it's a little girl. Let
Right.
me help her out."
Right.
Guys, she just backslapped me like if I. She found out I had a bad report card. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was like okay,
Yeah.
and yep, very very memorable. Oh, and you'll find out who your real friends are too, because
Right.
it depends on which one of your friends comes back for you and like
Yes.
picks
Yeah.
you up,
Yes.
or who
They're
keeps
like, I
going to
already
the same.
jumped the fence. I'm sorry.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Michael.
just press A again. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's
Yeah.
funny you say that because that's exactly, I mean, you discover a lot of things with Left 4 Dead. Who your friends are, like you
yep,
said, who should not be a sniper,
yeah,
right? You discover that real quick.
yep.
And who should only carry pipe bombs and never Molotovs.
Mm.
Oof,
Because there's
God.
always someone in your
You've been lit on
crew.
fire before?
I'm
Oh,
surprised I'm not on fire now, right?
yeah,
There's always the guy who's like, all right, I got it. You just say the word, say the word.
yep,
You say the word, and he goes, pow, right at his feet, and
yep.
everyone's in flames.
And all
So
of a sudden, you're Ghost Rider. Yeah,
exactly,
that's
right?
exactly what it is.
Oh,
It's bad.
um, yeah, there's a lot, I think, to the magic of Left 4 Dead that honestly I don't think it can be duplicated. I think that humans inherently want to have a co-op experience with others, gamers, we want to experience it with each other. My first uh, Left 4 Dead type of experience in a horror game where it was multiple players all at once trying to take the bad guy down was on the original Nintendo. It was Nightmare on Elm Street, and you could do 4 players on that, which it's hard pressed to find 4 people. It's also harder to find someone who has the 4 player tap where you plug it in and everyone plug
Oh
into
yeah,
it, right? But the first time I played that as a kid, like this is amazing,
right.
right? And it's just a side scroller, of
Hmm.
course, but it's like all of us are all in this together to try to take down the dream demon of Freddy Krueger.
Hmm.
Nothing is better than that. Now, if you play
Right,
that game now, you're like, it's just not good, right?
right.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of like bats that you're fighting bats like the entire game. There's nothing but bats, and
yeah,
spiders, of course. But
yeah.
just the experience of doing it together.
Hmm.
When Left 4 Dead came out, I'm like, of course I'm into something like this,
Oh yeah,
right? Of course I'm into
oh yeah.
something like this. So
I think
Yeah.
decapitation was introduced too. Like when you took out a shotgun and you see like the hole in the zombie's chest,
yep,
that
Yeah.
wasn't a thing. So that was a big thing for us. Like, oh my god, like
yeah,
that's what
damage,
shotguns do.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
You're right. It would like take people in half. Like shooting the small zombies was just as fun as shooting the bosses because of
right,
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
yeah,
Hmm.
And you know what's funny about the bosses you guys mentioned, like the tank and the um
the boomer,
all
the
those
spitter,
like the
and all that.
jockey and all that. Jockey was in part 2, but
Yeah,
still from Left 4 Dead. Those same characters are in every other game, just called something
exactly,
different.
exactly.
There's a spitter,
Yep,
there's a guy that blows up,
yep.
Hmm.
there's a guy that's real strong,
The
but has a
smoker.
weak point in his back for some reason. Yes,
Hmm.
exactly.
There's always the guy that's
They're
like
all still copies.
Spider-Man, right, somewhere, and he
Yeah,
can hop down
Yeah,
on you and you didn't see
yeah.
him,
He's
right?
always wearing a hoodie.
Yes,
yep,
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
that's
It's
true.
funny how they have to rip off even the bosses there. I haven't seen a new boss in any of these games. It was like, whoa, that was unique.
Hmm.
Right. The only
Yeah,
one that surprised me was Back for Blood, and it was one of those zombies that actually swallows you whole. I've never seen that in any video game. Like
Oh
it
yeah, that was
literally
kind of cool.
swallows your friend whole, and you're just there, just like, what should I do? You
Yes,
know what
if
I
I
mean? So it's
shoot
like,
him, is it gonna
yeah.
kill my friend?
You're that
yeah,
friend, huh? Okay,
right.
okay. I see what you were
I was
talking
like,
about with Left
I
4
don't
Dead
know.
now.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like Left 4 Dead kind of gave us the archetype of what those type of enemies were going to be moving forward, you know.
Yeah.
And I still play the original Left 4 Dead, and even at this point, every once in a while, I'm like, did I wake the witch? Like,
oh That was
You
an
know what I
argument
mean?
between you and your friends. No, it was you,
No,
John.
it
No, it
was
was me.
you, right? It
Yeah.
was you.
Yeah.
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 She looked right at you.
You know, you had your flashlight
That's
on.
how I
No, I
know.
didn't. You know, it's crazy,
In that
man.
cornfield, just like hearing her cry, looking around.
To the
Right.
Yeah.
cornfield level, like when you get in
Man.
that field, especially if you were chased into the field. It's one thing if
Yeah.
you were just kind of meandering in. When you're chased in there and everyone splits up,
Yep.
and then you're kind of like, guys, right? You're
And you
actually
just hear
feeling
her
alone,
crying in there.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
You
You're
literally
like, please
feel
don't
alone.
stumble up. Don't trip over her.
Please
Please.
don't. Right? Please don't do it.
And in case you guys didn't know this, I do want to give a shout out to Bill. Bill from Left 4 Dead.
There
He
you
was in
go.
Left 4 Dead 1, Left 4 Dead 2. He was in Dying Light. He was
Yes,
in
he
Dead by
was.
Daylight.
Yep.
It's insane. They're
He
using
is-
his character
he's
just
the
like Jason
guy.
said, but like different names. But
Yeah.
it's the same character.
Yep.
Oh,
Same
okay.
It's
freaking
awesome.
I didn't
character.
realize that.
Yeah.
Did not
Yeah.
realize that. That's cool.
Old man
cool.
Bill, right?
Oh yeah.
Old man
Good on you,
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, I always play the females in these games. So
Oh, Zoe. Yeah, she was
Zoe,
awesome.
yeah, Zoe is my dog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What I really liked that they did with Left 4 Dead is your character had a certain, look to them. All the characters look differently, but they
Mhm.
literally all could do the same thing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? They
Yep.
didn't make Zoe wasn't faster because she's a female,
Right.
right?
Right.
And Bill wasn't super slow because he's the old guy. Like,
Right.
they didn't do that type of stuff. So
Right.
if
Who knew,
somebody-
who knew that coach had the same speed as like everybody else?
I was
you
very
know, while
impressed,
he's eating a
man.
candy bar.
Hey,
Yeah.
Coach was doing, 9 flat.
He was
and
doing
100,
his thing.
So, which in my mind is because, things are after you to eat you. You probably
Right.
can be a little more
Oh
physical,
yeah,
right?
you're
Coach
running.
was looking like Uncle Phil
Thank you.
Right.
out there with
Right?
a shotgun.
Exactly.
Oh, Uncle Phil. We miss you, Uncle Phil.
I
Oh my
know.
God, that's
R.I.P. Well, like, so Anacrusis came out. It's a game preview. It's on Game Pass. I'm sure it's on other platforms, but it's actually got a cool aesthetic to it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like 60s or 70s, like but up on like a space station, like cruise ship type thing. So it's got a really cool aesthetic to it. It's bright. It's like got those like 60s and 70s like oranges and browns and like cool colors and stuff like that. Characters are all dressed like that. But it's like aliens are like they're basically zombies, but they got like an alien on their face, like a face hugger thing on them. And then it's got those specials. There is one monster that was a little different. It's like the blinder or something like that. I don't know. His head like gets brighter and brighter, and it like blinds you like a flashbang.
Oh,
He's kind of cool. But it's a very generic story, and it's a very generic shooting. So I just played through the first act, and I was like, I'm done with that. Very generic, like the same. There's 3 guns, and they all shoot the same. It's kind of like Battlefront, the new Battlefront, where like every gun shoots a laser, but just how fast does it shoot it?
Oh,
Kind of like that. So I was done with that.
I saw the
Same
trailer
sound.
for it, and I think it looked
Yeah.
cool because, and I think aesthetically it looks really cool. But if it's, basically we don't want a new coat of paint on
That's what it felt
a
like.
generic,
Right.
trend.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Left 4 Dead is generic, but they gave you the blueprint.
That's
And I
what,
feel
yeah,
like
and you just
people
took
aren't-
it.
Yeah, they're not building. Most games are not building on that blueprint. They're just putting the fresh coat of paint on it.
And it is a blueprint because it's exactly the same. If your teammates are behind a wall, you see their silhouette exactly the same. If someone dies and goes down later in the map, you can find them like attached to something. You
In a
could
closet,
save them.
like in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
out of
like
here.
remember-
Right?
they straight put you in a closet.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Not that ever happened to me, but I heard it happened to other people. I was always pulling someone out of there, but whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like, have you guys played Rainbow Six Extraction?
I
haven't played
literally,
Extraction yet.
yeah, I literally downloaded probably 2 minutes before this. Yeah. it
Oh,
was-
really? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna
So
say,
I
yeah,
played-
I've downloaded it, but
Okay, you'd have to.
Mhm.
I played through the training courses. That's like basically it makes you do missions by yourself in
Yep.
like a VR environment or whatever. So I played through all those to kind of see how it is. This game's kind of interesting because it's a Rainbow Six reskin, but they took Left 4 Dead type elements from it, and Call of Duty Zombies kind of from it. That's how it feels. But it's very like the Rainbow Six. It's all the same characters from Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
So you're playing those same characters with those same kind of abilities. And you just kind of go through it. I don't really care for it because it's a more stealthy one, and I don't really care for stealth games. I want to run and gun.
They made
I
it
want to get out there and
stealthy?
fight.
Especially in
Yeah,
zombies.
like you got to sneak
Yeah.
around. Yeah, and the zombies just kind of stand there and shake, and you got to not let them hear you. And yeah, it's odd. And then you got to like burst eggs, or if someone goes down, like their body stays there. It like gets covered in this yellow, gross foam looking stuff from the aliens, or the mutation or whatever it is. And then this tree that has arms and like veins going out to like little pods has them, and it's holding them, and you got to like go and shoot the veins as it tries to like pump it with blood or energy
That's kind of cool.
as you try and pull the guy out of the arms of this tree, this like dead zombie tree. It's weird.
Oh,
It's a strange one. But I just didn't care for the stealth elements of it, so I probably won't be playing much of that. um
I did
I
not
have
think
to
it was
say,
stealthy. I thought it was run and gun, to be honest.
yeah, no, more stealth. I mean,
actually, I actually have my finger over the uninstall right now. You said it was.
no. Try it out. Try it out. I don't know if it's
You
3 or
saw him
4
like
players
doing this with
co-op.
his mouth. It's like,
Well, it's Rainbow Six Siege is 5-player, right? 5-player on each team, or is it
I
4?
think it's 4.
I think it's
Is
4.
it? So
Yeah.
this one probably is 4-player again. So just try it out, see what you think. Like, don't take my review for that. I really don't like stealth. So even just a little bit of stealth, I'm like, nah.
Right.
Like Left 4 Dead, the only part you're stealthing is when you're near that witch.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me. That was
Right.
cool. That
Yeah.
was a cool, intense moment. But besides that, I'm blasting folks' guts out.
Exactly.
You didn't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
You didn't know Jake didn't mess around.
Yeah.
No,
I
no, no,
see.
No,
no,
I
no.
knew that
So
about him.
Jason was always behind, popping heads.
Yeah, sniper
Like
class.
I'd be running up to someone and their head gone anyways. I'm like shooting a corpse,
Nice.
you know.
That's what I like to see.
But I was like one of the up front. Kyle would be up there with his machine gun.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You know.
you can have that play style. Like
Yeah.
I do like, I like when it all falls apart and you got to figure it out, right? So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, all right, man, we got to try to get out of here. So
Recoup.
that part, yes, I'm all for it. However, just kind of menandering in, running, gunning, and they're all over you when, especially with Left 4 Dead or something like that, where now you got a smoker who's snagging people, out of a group of people that are all firing at once.
Right.
So I always enjoyed that sniper class to hopefully
Right.
take out those guys,
Right.
But again, though, it's weird that like Siege is an interesting game.
Right.
It's a very interesting game. Probably the thing that's the most interesting thing about it is the destruction of the environments, right? If you're hiding behind a wall, I'm gonna
Right.
blow a hole through that wall and peek
Very
through
cool.
and shoot you.
Yep.
I wish
that is
more
cool.
games had that.
Yes.
Right.
I think that part that's kind of the thing
Yeah.
that makes
True.
Siege a thing. If not, then it's kind of like SWAT. Like I come from the old SWAT game, SWAT 4, which is one of the best games ever. But it's super stealthy. So to
Nice.
have stealth elements in a zombie game, I mean,
Right.
I don't know. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
That's a weird one
Yep.
to me.
It is weird. I mean, I
Yep.
guess it's kind of builds up like a suspense kind of thing as you're going, because you hear them breathing and you pull out like a little heartbeat sensor and you can like find them and stuff. But
Mhm.
I don't know, not for me. Not for me.
Yeah.
One game that I have actually been enjoying immensely, and I know both of you guys have played this,
Okay.
Aliens Fireteam. I really like it, man.
Okay, so let me tell you guys. I
Okay.
forgot which
Break it
episode
down.
it was. I was listening to Jason, and I was listening to Jason saying that he had this fire team going, and it's like I think they had like in the ultimate like insane level, something like that.
Yeah, only way to play it.
And like something happened that a guy hit the door, and guys, I can't go back. Jason, you got way more patience than I do. I can't. I would have just sold my Xbox to GameStop for $3. I couldn't. I was like, I had enough.
Man, yeah, there's something about that game where like Jake and I are really big into the alien lore.
I
right?
love
Like,
aliens.
He
You
loves
too? All right, yeah.
Alien. That's his
Yep.
movie. Aliens Part 2 is
Yep.
my movie.
Awesome.
And the other ones kind of fall
Yeah,
underneath.
we rate them and stuff all the time.
Right.
We've
Nice.
had so many conversations on the
Yes.
Alien
Like,
franchise,
straight.
man.
He choked me one time because I didn't say I
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't stop him. I was like, ah.
Yeah, right.
But you didn't know that about him, but this guy.
Right.
So when I originally saw the game was even a thing, I'm like, gotta get on that because it's gotta wash away the horrible taste of Colonial Marines, and it did do that,
Yep. Oh yeah.
100%, right? But I just think that, and I don't know if you beat it yet, Jake.
Have not. No.
Okay, so
I'm halfway through. Halfway
okay,
through.
so
Yeah.
what I think the things that the game does well, does well, like zero complaints. The things that it doesn't do well, it's like in your face to me. So
Yeah.
you know,
Agreed.
again, I'm not. I
Well, I
don't
know
wanna-
you were catching some glitches, I know, with the flames. Like
Man,
anytime someone was on fire, the
I'm
whole
telling
game
you.
was like, let's put you back at your dashboard.
Yeah, like
I remember
that right
that. He was
there
like, he doesn't like, they don't like flames. The game doesn't like
at all,
flames.
at
The
all.
CEO himself is an alien. He
Yeah,
doesn't like flames.
Just so you know, every time I'm about to throw like a flame mine out or something, I'm like,
should
Yeah.
I? Exactly, exactly. I'm telling you, like, can you imagine? Like, I'm trying not to even be upset about it again because I've already uninstalled it, but I'm still mad. All right.
Right.
Can you imagine in any other shooter if you pulled your handgun, as soon as you pull your firearm, the game boots you, so you just
yeah,
can't
Oh
use
my
it,
gosh.
right? Like that's
that
insane.
made me mad.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
So, but again, what it does well, and when you are having fun with it, you are having fun, and
Oh, yeah.
it's good. You know,
I
it's
love the
good.
smart gun in that game. Oh my
Oh,
god.
That's my
Smart Gun's
character.
good, right?
It's so freaking cool.
Is it the
You get
demolitionist?
Demolisher, I think.
Demolisher.
Demolisher. Yep.
Demolisher, I think you guys
Mhm.
are. That's a cool. Yeah, my friend Ruben's playing the Demolisher, and yeah, you just hear that cool Smart Gun sound going.
So
Oh,
good, right?
It's
So
so
Mhm.
good.
cool.
If
don't
I
you have like a
can,
mini Predator missile thing too? Like
Yeah.
on
on
your
the shoulders?
shoulder.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh, so cool.
So if I can
Yep.
give any tip here,
Okay.
you know, everyone plays differently, so
Yeah.
tip or not, but the smart gun is the gun for that character class, period. You're gonna have other heavy hitting weapons like the missile launcher, which is gonna kill you and everyone around you, right?
Yeah.
The grenade launcher, which can do the same thing as far as murdering you and the crew,
Right.
but it lobs grenades,
Yep.
it doesn't shoot them. That the minigun is the weapon, like
Oh, yeah.
no matter what. No
And that's the
matter what.
first gun they give you on that class, right? And then
Yeah.
you get the flamethrower next, I think.
Yeah, you can get again, you can get the flamethrower if it works for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does. But I did the minigun and the pike sniper.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, it's a bolt action though, so it's like bang, hold it,
Oh yeah.
bang.
Back in the day. Yeah, yeah.
But the shot that it gives, it's powerful, and you'll need
Right.
that later.
Well,
Man.
and so when the first time we played it, we felt like we had to have a first aid type, the medic or whatever he is, to heal us up. But his heal's a little weird. Like when you use it, you have to go like replenish it or something. It's not just on a cooldown, is it?
It is on a cooldown, I believe.
Okay, if it's just a cooldown. But after that, we switched it up, and now we just don't play with a medic.
Yeah.
We're just playing on normal though, like standard. We aren't playing like insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
You're saying this word normal. What is that?
Right.
Right? You don't want to
Yeah,
just be
normal to
frustrated?
you is like, yeah,
It's
a
weird.
different word.
Right.
But I'm just really enjoying the game. I play as the gunner.
Right.
Number one reason, he's just like the regular guy with just a regular type, like AR type gun. I just love his grenades. Man,
Oh,
once you put the perks in to make the grenade stronger, like it has a bigger radius and more damage, and it cools down really fast.
Problem.
Oh, I love those grenades.
Mhm.
And what surprised me about this game was when you got to the part where, I don't think this will spoil it for anyone, but it was cool for me because I didn't realize it was in the game. We're fighting aliens the whole time, and then you get to the part where there's the synthetics fighting you.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I love that part.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I love
Like
that.
military type fighting, that was so cool.
Mhm.
And then you get it where the aliens are fighting the synthetics, so sometimes you can kind of back away and be like,
Yep.
they're having a gang war,
Yes.
Right.
and I'm just watching.
Yeah, I would always
Yep.
set it off. You know, with that
Right.
pike, I would pop a guy way far out, not to kill him,
Right.
just to have
Right.
him like
Hold him.
alerted, right?
Yeah.
And as he's alerted, if you see the aliens
You
coming,
just point at
Right.
the alien like, bro.
exactly, he did it, Well,
Yeah.
I would just stand back. I would
Right.
stand back and just instigate, like, hey, he says something about your mom, and then the alien comes
Right.
out mad.
Right.
Yeah.
As soon as they're starting, like, you gonna let him
Stop
get away with
being
that?
like
And then
that.
you're like, right. I did a lot of that, man. I'm not saying you should do anything, but if I were you,
Right.
right?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right.
take that, bro. I wouldn't take that. There's another game I was thinking that's in that 4-player or just, co-op type of genre. I don't know if you guys have played it. It's called GTFO.
No.
Okay.
I know what game you're
Never.
talking about, and it looks
Yeah.
crazy.
So this
That's on
is
Steam, I think, right?
yeah,
It's
it's
a
on
Steam
Steam.
game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
Have you-
want to say though, I know it's Steam. It's not an exclusive, I don't think, to Steam.
Okay.
I think it's on the Xbox as well. But that's a hard game. And I play
Really?
all my games like on hard. This one
Yeah.
out the box is like, where is that one word that Jake said? Normal. Right? I don't know if I'm saying it right,
Right.
but you are the level that I'm stuck on. Me and one other guy are, we were like, this is the level we're gonna play, and we're not gonna choose anything else until we beat this one. Right.
Right.
And then we'll progress to the next one. It's kind of, it has that aliens aesthetic where it's like a ship that you're on the ship and you come down out of this elevator and everything's just so freaking dark, and there's like, mist and stuff kind of like bellowing around, and
Mm.
your weapons, I can't say if they're good or not. I'll say they don't feel very effective.
Right.
All right.
Are these zombies or
Yeah,
mutants? or
it
what?
seems as if, I'm not sure. I don't want to say that they're zombies, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of space oriented, but it feels as if like the crew has been turned into whatever these things are,
Okay.
right?
Dead for space.
Like an infection, yeah.
Right, kind of that type
Right.
of thing, right?
Okay.
And like, one shot, if you miss, or even if you don't miss, everything
Mm.
hears it, everything's alerted. And I swear it seems like you're playing the first 5 minutes of this game like infinitely. Right. And
Wow.
you finally, after like 19 times of dying, you're like, you know what? Let's try to go around this way. Let's avoid this. Oh, there's that one key card or whatever it is that we need.
Right.
All right, well, hit that door. I'll sit here and try to watch our back. Right. As that's happening, of course, the door makes too much noise. Right. And
Mhm.
now things are alerted and we're trying to blast our way out of there. We finally get by that and we run up these stairs and like, all right, we need a breather. No, there is no breather. Right. There's no
Right.
breather in anything at all. You look down over the stairs and these things, they're crawling over, they're coming up the stairs, and now you're running out of ammo type of thing, right?
Oh boy.
And I have no idea what our characters even look like because in this game
Right.
it doesn't matter. Right. And I like that though. I like that
Mhm.
it's not like I want this character because he's better or she's better at this thing. It's like, no, it's pure survival. Like when I edit this together, I'll put some of the game in there so that you can see what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. But
Yeah.
GTFO is one of those games that it's been on Steam for a while. The devs are constantly upgrading it. They're on their Discord. They're listening to any issues that you're saying you have. They're actively trying to fix it for you with upgrades.
Right.
Like those are the games that I want to support anyway.
Right.
Support those developers. But
Oh, yeah.
GTFO is a hard.
Well, I mean, by the
game.
name of the game, I'm assuming the objective is to get the frick out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Trying to
It-
get the frick out.
it
Okay.
It took me half an hour to figure it out. I was like, geez. Yeah.
For the listeners, it's an acronym for "Get the Frick Out."
Yeah.
Okay, in case you didn't know that, but now you do. Uh, yeah, it's good though. That one's really good. So
That actually sounds like a game that actually forces you to think your game strategy, and I love that.
100%.
You just can't go in video games and run and gun because you're gonna die.
Right.
You really have to sit there with your team and think, okay, this is what we're gonna do. If we do this, we're gonna die.
Right.
And I like games like that.
It
That's
for
cool.
sure.
kind of feels like Payday.
I was gonna say
Yes.
this is bringing me back to Payday.
Yes.
Payday is very generic. Like it's not the best game,
Doesn't
made.
look the best.
It's
Right.
not
Yeah.
AAA by any
Mhm.
means. But man, we had some good times
Oh my
being
gosh.
like we're in that bank or the jewelry store, like, dude,
Yes. For
you
hours.
guys,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
we're planning, we're throwing the bags out the window
Yep.
to each other. I loved
Yep.
it.
I
Like,
couldn't do it. I ended up buying something. I bought a golden necklace. I'm like, you know what? You guys do your
this
thing.
guy. You know what?
You just walk
No, he
back to the car.
was thinking, right? Because he's like,
Yeah.
no, I bought this, bro. I don't know what those guys are doing, right? I
He
didn't
actually
come
lost
with them.
money
I don't
on
know
that
any of that, but here's my receipt, Mr. Officer. You know what? Don't have him on your team. Right?
Yeah. Yep. As soon as you put on that mask, he's like, I ain't with them. I don't know.
Exactly. This guy. All
Oh my
right.
You just see your getaway vehicle drive by.
No. If he's the getaway driver, take the keys. I get it.
Oh yeah,
I get
for
it.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get outside like, I mean, we made it, but where's Mike at?
Right.
Yeah, and it's funny because Payday's got to be up there with co-op shooters. It has to
It
be.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
part
good
one
one.
and two, I think.
Yeah.
And again, talk about a great
agree.
community, right? Not just the devs, but the community themselves. I don't know about on consoles, but on PC, you know how many levels there are that people have made, just for you to
Mhm.
just, hey, so there's 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 levels or whatever when the game ships. The community, we're going to make like 1,000 levels. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, they
And
got
guess
it.
what? They're all free. So
Right,
just
right.
download them. You gotta love that.
Yeah, I
Gotta love
like
that.
how they're doing that. Halo's supposed to be coming out with Forge, so we'll be getting that at some point on Halo, which that'll be pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
different game modes and everything from the community.
Oh, yeah.
Another game that me and Jason used to play back in the day co-op a lot of was Far Cry 3. They had that multiplayer co-op missions,
Yep.
and it wasn't like open world like these newer Far Cries where you just kind of drive planes around and
Just
shoot.
drive.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
man. You would start at the beach and go to like a little town. You got to clear it out. You got to get
Mhm.
through and go up like these ruins and stuff.
Oh wow.
It was great, and we would do the same thing. We'd be like, okay, Jason's mounting up here with the sniper.
Mhm.
I'm coming in with the shotgun. I'm gonna sneak in. As soon as
Nice.
he snipes the first guy, we're going crazy. That
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
stuff. We had a good
So
time
much
on that
fun,
one.
man. So much
Yeah.
fun. To be
Can I ask you
honest,
guys a question?
yes.
Have you guys ever played? I mean, this is when original Xbox came out, but I think it came out. The demo came out with Halo 1. But have you guys heard of a game called Brute Force at
Yep.
all?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
lizard guy,
The
Thank
buff
God.
lizard dude. I
like
wanted
the
to be that.
Thank
crocodile.
God. Brutus, Tex, Flint, Hawk, all of them.
Yeah.
Man,
Thank
yeah,
God.
That,
that's
4-player
giving me some
co-op.
flashbacks, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a cool game. Was it 2-player co-op?
Yep,
was
4-player.
It was 4? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you
Yep.
can do
You got
it
Brutus.
split
He
screen.
was the lizard. Yep, split
Split
screen.
screen. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't even
Old
have
school.
live back then. Yeah, man. Dang.
Well, what's
You're
going
giving me
on? Are
some
we
flashbacks.
old?
That was a cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
starting
We're
to-
not old. I always tell people, I was like, no, we're not old. We're called legends.
Oh.
We're called legends.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't.
You know what I
I
mean?
don't know if
You
anyone
can't
will
be a
believe
legend and
me.
be young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Officially, I'm writing that down. Right.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Brute Force was a lot of fun. That was one of the first games I ever bought from GameStop.
Xbox. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was one of the first.
GameStop. Nice.
I
Yep.
purchased that one because again, you can run 4 players on the console itself, right?
Yep.
And I was at the time just a young poor boy, so my my television was like a 27-inch. To me, I'm like, I'm living, right?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
put 4 screens on there, and everyone's
Each player
like,
gets 4 inches. Of,
it looks
Gotta
like
put
a
your
Zoom
contrast
call
back
for
on.
work, right?
yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
It was seriously like the first Zoom call. You're like, am I in a meeting? Like, it was rough, man. It was rough. But yeah, that's Brute Force is definitely up there.
Mhm.
You gotta I personally didn't like this game, but you gotta have GoldenEye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta
You
say
gotta-
GoldenEye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't Perfect Dark also 4-player co-op like that?
Yeah. It's at least 2-player. I think it's 4-player. I know it's 4-player versus split screen, just like
Okay.
GoldenEye. Yeah, we used to go down to Blockbuster and rent the Nintendo 64 console itself from
Nice.
Blockbuster just to play those games for the
Nice.
weekend.
I remember
Crazy.
those days.
You know how
Man.
awesome that is, right?
You feel so cool going out of that Blockbuster with this like giant black case, like, oh, I have a whole
Mhm.
system in here.
The
Yeah.
whole thing, dude.
You usually had like 7 days with a video game from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you guys were like me. I would never tell my mom that the 7 days were up. So she would have to pay like a delay fee. Like, come on, it's been like 16 days. Like, no, the game was great. Like,
Game cost her
what you're
$80.
supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
the game cost her $80. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I only did that a few times, and I got beat with a racing car track.
Oh, yeah.
So. Mom beat me with a whole toaster for
Oh,
doing
Yep.
that. So,
Are you
but
talking like a race car track, like from Hot Wheels, the plastic one, or are you talking about the electric ones that you pulled the little
the
triggers?
electric
Had like
ones,
the
yeah, the
The
slot
electrical
cars,
ones, yeah.
oh, nice with the rails.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, if you're
Okay,
gonna be
cool.
scarred for life, it's gotta,
Yeah.
man, what are you doing?
Gotta do it
Not
right.
Hot Wheels, right? Yeah, that's
Still
something
smells
that,
like copper, burnt
and that
copper.
was
Yeah.
my back, all right? I'm like, oh, my back smells great. I think that's something that the younger generation of gamers could never even fathom, right?
Oh,
Actually renting a console,
that's crazy.
like
It's
renting
crazy.
the entire console.
You know, there were video games before we were born,
Yeah.
but there was like hardly any. Like it wasn't a thing.
Mhm.
Like Pong, like there are people around there. Like I remember when Pong came out. That's really cool. They're the beginners.
Yeah.
But we were like we grew up where it became like a toy at Toys R Us or
Exactly.
whatever. Like they were selling the Atari. Like I remember having my Atari and all that stuff. That's crazy. Like I mean, like my son, what was born during like the 360 era or something. Like,
Mm.
so he doesn't even remember all that. He remembers Xbox One and the new generation. That's it. That's crazy. Like
That
I
is crazy.
drove to go buy my original Xbox with my own cash. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy.
Did you show him the original Xbox controller? Looks like a VCR. He was like,
The
yeah,
Duke.
here you go.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like a
You-
Dreamcast
You have
almost.
to bestow that upon him. You don't just show him,
Yeah.
right? You got it's like you're knighting him, right?
Right. Shoulder to shoulder.
Exactly. I mean, don't hit his shoulder though. You don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he might break some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is funny. Like just the things that will never be again, right? Even I remember when GameFly, I think it was, came out, where you can get a subscription and then you can order games and they'll send you the disc through the mail. And I was like, man, this is crazy. I don't even have
Oh,
to
yeah.
go anywhere now, right?
Oh yeah.
And now to think that you have streaming companies that want to get into gaming as well, right?
Yep.
Where you can Grubhub your food for the night, you can stream the game that you want, right? And then
It's online.
yeah, and then vocally you can tell the system to turn that off, then tell Alexa to turn on whatever streaming service you want and what show you want to watch all at the same time. I feel like we're
Right.
going to grow into our couches.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like I think it might not be a good thing. The convenience.
You know what's
might be a
crazy?
good thing.
Now to think about it, my goddaughter, she's 13, and it didn't hit me until she actually said something. She put a game on Xbox, and you know how it has the download time.
Mhm.
And I turned around, I'm like, did you know that? I don't know how the company got backwards, but back in the 360 days and even the original Xbox, we would just pop in a game. That's it. We would just play the game.
Yeah.
Would
So it's like,
actually
she was like,
read it.
really? I'm like, yeah. I was like, we would
Yeah.
never have to wait. We would just go to midnight launches. You can't even go to midnight launches now because
Right.
you'll be back at the house and wait 2 hours for the download.
Yep.
It's like your friends have different internet connections,
Yep.
so you guys are not going to be on at the same time.
Yep.
So it was like, we went backwards weirdly, but yeah. She was like, oh man, that's crazy.
That's true. Like I can't remember which episode it was we were talking about, but like when I got Red Dead Redemption 2 and it's 128 gigs.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like
Yeah.
it's 128 gigs.
Yep.
What's going on there?
Yep.
Right?
The original Xbox.
had like a
what
4
with its
gigabyte hard drive in it.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Right.
Yep.
And mine had music that I'd put on there because you could play your own music, that you uploaded to it.
Right.
Just saved it on the hard drive. So it was just full of music. And
Yeah, it was this full of music. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna play
I
this
like
game, but I
that
want the
though.
soundtrack.
You just push start and you'd be like play my own music instead of
Oh,
play
That
the
was so
games.
cool. That
That's
was
so cool.
man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
My
cool.
original gaming PC, I went to a Circuit City and they let you customize a PC and then it gets mailed to you back a long time ago, 90s something.
Yeah, you said
And
Circuit City.
yeah, Circuit City.
Right.
Yeah. I think it had 128 megabytes. That was like the most memory you could put in it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy, 128 megs, huh?
I think it was
Jeez,
128 meg.
Rich.
Yeah, I was so rich.
Came
And
with a
it was like
floppy disk.
mind blowing
and all
at the time. It
Yeah,
was like
dude.
mind blowing.
That is
Wow.
that is mind blowing. Because I remember the first time upgrading to more RAM in a computer, and I felt like I was a god of PCs, right?
Yep.
Because I opened it and they didn't blow up, so that was the first thing, right? because you're always like, I don't know, man, I don't know. You open it up, and
Mhm.
you look in, and you're like, there's all kind of like stuff in here,
Right.
right? And I got this one chip, which I know they weren't, but at the time it felt like a RAM stick was like this big, right?
Yep.
And you're like trying to
Looking
stick
like a
it down.
Switch, like a Nintendo
Exactly.
Switch. Yeah.
Not
Like,
the
yeah.
Switch Lite, kids.
No.
All right. You're talking about the first Switch, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's wild. Like,
It's a different world.
I agree though what
Oh,
you
yeah.
said. Like, we have progressed, but at the same time, how far did we move back?
Yeah, it's really odd.
You know,
It's
Some
like,
things go back.
like
right.
the equivalent of loading back in the day was having to blow your cartridge out, right? And then
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
give me a second, I'm loading Mario.
Right.
Yeah, let me slam this thing in the Nintendo.
Exactly. If I
Real
do this
fast.
enough, right? Like,
Right.
okay, we're
Works.
good to go. Contra is loaded.
Passed
Let's
out.
go.
Passed out numerous of times doing that.
Oh my god, right? Right?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Good times.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, we're glad to have you with us, Michael. I'm sporting your hat.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
man, it's right behind you, the Raptors.
Yes, that's my boy. There he is.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I
So,
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you too. Michael Lewis channel on Twitch, Michael Lewis channel on YouTube,
Yep.
Yep.
and the Michael Lewis on Twitter, or sorry, TikTok.
TikTok. Yep.
Yeah.
Twitter, you're Michael Lewis, right?
Yep. Michael Lewis 123 on Twitter. Yeah.
Michael Lewis 123,
This
right on.
guy's
So,
everywhere. It's awesome.
dude,
Yep.
he's everywhere. I'm serious. Like, follow him, check him out,
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
We're just glad to have him with us.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun in this channel. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
right
just-
on.
Yeah. This channel is awesome.
It's great
Right
to
on.
have you on, man.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
seriously, like, honestly, there was one night where you were about to stream, and
Mhm.
me and the wife were talking about something, and I take the phone. I'm like, oh, hey, he's about to stream right now. And I log onto it, and I hopped in your room,
Mhm.
and you were like, hey, Great Eye and I is in here. I looked at my wife. I'm like, oh my god. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know if I can tell you, but well.
She was impressed, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was looking at me. She's like, cool, babe. Like, I know it's cool.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
cool. I'm cooler, right? Because he said my name, right?
Yeah, I usually sing you guys a little intro song when you guys come in, and
No,
Yeah.
man, that's awesome.
that was usually
That's
do
awesome. So yeah, definitely
Right
good
on.
to have you on, man. We appreciate
it.
you.
Yeah, man. I honestly I loved it. Ever since episode 1, I was like, man, I gotta see how I can get in here, because it's like off the bat, it's like I felt like I know you guys for years. It's just weird, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
That's what
man,
we
it's like we like the similar stuff, and it's like, yeah. And then I
It
found out
is,
you guys
it's
like
weird.
aliens. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, they're too
Hey.
similar now. Like,
All right, we're gonna bring you back for just a whole alien podcast.
Yeah, secretly,
dope.
we had been stalking you for years, and we found out
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything we needed to know, right? And then slowly but surely, we'd send you a couple messages here, and it
Yeah.
worked out well, man. Worked out
Josh is right behind you.
well. Right.
Right. Yeah.
101 in stalking, we got it.
Right.
So no,
Right on.
definitely
Well,
good
glad to have you, man.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I had a blast.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch y'all later. We're out of here.
Yeah.